you are advocating for a system that if you were there, you'd be dead.
You gonna do it again?
Let's go.
We've just come back from Israel, and on the surface, life there after its war with Iran appears to be perfectly normal. You'll see the beaches filled with people, cafes and restaurants heaving, traffic's at gridlock. And this is what it looks like minutes after they've endured their third or even fourth missile strike for the day.
And while all this vitality and vibrancy is genuine, our discussions with people suggested to us that there was a bit more to the story. So we set out to get under the hood of this place and find out what really was going on in the minds of everyday Israelis after the war. The 18 to 21-year-olds deployed to Gaza, the reservists on their 400th day of duty, and the parents of those killed on October 7. What we discovered was a country in a bit of a shell shock.
But also, where the younger generation were doing so much of the heavy lifting. They're called Generation TikTok. Previously written off by their elders, these kids have shattered any perception that they were too vain or glued to their phones to step up for the country. Turns out the controller for the Carmel tank, used by the IDF, is actually shaped like that of an Xbox.
It begs the question, how would we fare if there was a credible threat of war in Australia?
Israel is a funny place, a country stitched together by trauma and resilience, a society in survival mode.
It was pretty surreal. And I'm sitting in the back of this Humvee, you know, the Humvee's like bumping around, and I have my helmet on, vest, all my plates, my guns in my hand, and over my head, I see like rockets, like, you know, interceptions. I'm hearing these explosions. I'm like, this feels like I'm going into the beginning of some video game. It was like insane. This is real. Like, this is real life. And we're walking through this area, and you just see that it's been completely flattened. But when I was joining in, it was like a peaceful time. Like, I didn't expect this happening at all, but this is what I signed up for, and it's what we trained for. So when I'm going in there, and sure, I'm scared, like it's my first time in there, and I walk through the gate, and it's a different feeling. Like, I'm in foreign land, like I'm in Gaza.
It's hard. You're a 20-year-old, you need to live the best, like, I don't know, be hanging around with your friends, and then like you have this kind of burden on top of your shoulders of saving Israel and stuff. It's a hard kind of thing to do. Unfortunately, and this is like a little bit of like, our politicians are shit, and they send these beautiful people out to sometimes wars that we don't need to even fight, or it's a lost cause, and it's just for political survival.
What's really happening, I felt for me, is that you try to just run away from whatever's going inside your brain, because you are not processing while you are in the army. You will process when you'll be on your own, when you have time, when you'll be quiet. And you don't want to process right now. It's not something that you feel like you want to do. You have to go to the beach. You have to go to the beach, you have to go to drink beer, you have to go to play games with your friends. Because if you will not do it, you'll sit at home and you'll start to process on your own. And right now, you are in the middle of the war. Even if you went home for a few days, you are in the middle of it. And if you will go back then to the army, and you'll start to ask yourself questions that it's not the time to give the answers for it, so you just put your life at risk and your friend's life at risk. That's what I felt. And then they tell you, okay, you're gonna have now a few months that you're gonna be home. You try to take a few weeks to relax, try to maybe go to a short vacation or whatever, and then you understand that this processing, you cannot do it on your own.
The moment I got out, all my friends were waiting for me at my apartment, you know, with a bunch of like Gold Star beers and music and pizza and like, you know, big hugs all around. And it was just like a normal day until like I had to put the uniform on and go back in. Basically when I finished and I knew I wasn't gonna go back in for a while, I kind of went out and I like looked around and I see all the people like living their normal lives. And I just kind of integrated right back into society. I don't think I changed anything from before and after other than having some cool stories to tell my friends. So I do have friends from college that like, you know, went and traveled after university and everything. But in here, it's pretty much every other person that is going to travel and experience and like really live and like, you know, carry a backpack only and go through Thailand for like a month with only a backpack. I mean, personally, I don't think I could even do that.
The government was expecting us to go back to normal like nothing happened, but it's impossible. I still, even now, I feel very, very tired physically. I feel like a lack of motivation to do anything. Like I do feel like if there won't be like a major change and Bibi Netanyahu will like disappear and we will finally have a solution with the Palestinians and with the Arab countries around, I feel like if there won't be a real solution and we will still keep this like blood circle, so I feel like I don't want to be a part of it. And if I can, like, I was born here, but if I can give my kids a better future, and like I would. So I do have second thought.
One father we spoke to lost his son in combat and still says there's no other choice.
He told us it hurts, but if we don't fight, my grandson and great-grandson will grow up afraid.
Yes, it's hard. It's true that soldiers are killed, but in war, soldiers are killed to defend their country. And here, I paid with my son's life. And I understand that there is no choice, because otherwise my grandson will continue to be afraid, and my great-grandson the same. Why? Why? We need to end it once and for all.
Nobody here on the 6th of October would have ever thought that would be possible, because we share the same Western liberal values. And then suddenly we see people that we thought we were connected to them in the value system, not just going against us, but actually praising a system and value system which is completely, I don't know, completely opposite to what they're supposed to believe in. I mean, I think the most, you know, the most shocking, most contrastal, you know, thing that we saw, for instance, was prayers for Palestine. Like, what the hell? Okay, you are advocating for a system that if you were there, you'd be dead. For us, it was shocking. How can you, as gay people, where here you have full rights, you can marry here even, and the biggest gay pride, you know, festival outside, I think outside of Berlin, is in Tel Aviv, and suddenly you're running for the people who would kill you on sight if you were in their territory? Like, that was shocking to us.
The October 7th thing, I had friends that were at the Nova Festival. My friend was shot, like people were taken hostage. I know people that friends are still there. And so when I'm fighting in Gaza, like I feel this really strong connection that I'm doing it for Israel and like it's for us. I like feeling like helping, contributing, because at the end of the day, I'm living here and you know, I'm benefiting, like I'm using the public transport and I'm living in like you know, the city, and I'm going to the public beaches, and all my friends live here too. And without people like me that are happy to go back and happy to help, then you know, it wouldn't be as safe, and you wouldn't be able to sit at a juice bar when the last week Iran is shooting missiles at us, you know?
The choice to live here is a kind of like, I think it kind of like undermines what really is going on. I mean, you've seen it, you've seen outside. Missiles rain down on us, then we get the notification we can go on. People go party, and they're out in cafes, and they're out in the beach, and so on. There's a decision, a conscious decision made that not just to live, but to thrive, no matter what happens. And everybody here does it. The minute they get out of the shelters, or the minute after an attack, or the minute of out of any conflict, it is, and it's not just the superficial kind of like, oh, we'll go party now. It's building families, it's building businesses, it's building the hospitals and the care systems around here. It's not perfect, but it is a very conscious decision that we will, as we say now, we will dance again.